And then I'm going to go around and mute everybody. Sorry about it. Should let me hit mute now. And it's not that I don't think what you have to say is important. We'll just have to save that importance till the end. Well, I got a noisy granddaughter. Might just come in here screaming and saying Mimi, and I'm sorry about that. I'm like, there's nothing I can do when I'm the speaker. I'm like, I don't know. I've locked myself in here, but that little girl is determined. She's figured out how to unlock the doors if she wants me. There ain't nothing getting in her way to get to her Mimi. That's just how it is. So, okay. So welcome everybody. I think all the seminars are done, right? They're at the last one. I think some might still be there and they're finishing up today, but I am Jenny Enloe, and if you're new to this Lunch and Learn, let me turn this phone off. I'm too ADD for that. If you are new to Lunch and Learn, know there is a Lunch and Learn Facebook group, just so you're aware of that. These are recorded, and then you can literally just find my name, Jennifer Enloe, on YouTube if you prefer that. So I know some of you are like, I am not getting on social media. No, it's not happening. So if that's the case, just get on YouTube and you can watch it that way. Or if you have somebody on your team or in your unit or power partner or whatever that is, this is really open up to the whole Mary Kay world, from beginners to nationals. It does not matter. Anybody can be on this Lunch and Learn. And so I get the honor of sharing with you girls today and teaching you some things. Now, with that being said, I had what I was going to teach on a little bit, and I still feel very passionate about it, and I'm going to teach on it. But then I had all these private requests of things that apparently you guys have been wanting to know from me. And listen, what you see is what you get. If my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. And I'm as real as they come. Usually on here, you all see me. I have no makeup on, hair and a ponytail, and in my yoga pants. Okay, so at the end, if you have questions, if I didn't, I try to read through all the messages I got. And if I missed yours, I'm so sorry. We got back from seminar and I feel like I've been running Mach 10 with my hair on fire. And so if I missed anybody, please, you're important to me. Just at the end, when we all unmute, you can ask me anything you want to ask me. I mean, I'll tell you anything. I'm not, they always say women won't tell your age or their weight or whatever. I'll tell anything. I don't care. But I'm an open book. So first off, welcome to Lunch and Learn. And we do these every Thursday. There is a new graphic. It looks a little different than last year's just because we wanted to spice things up. But I am Jenny Enloe. I've been doing Mary Kay now. It'll be 24 years this fall. And what I was really passionate about and kind of walked away from seminar, I know we're fired up. I loved meeting so many of you in person and getting to squeeze your necks and do full frontal hugs and meet, literally in person and not just on here, and watching so many of you walk across that stage and see your pictures and being on here. And that brought me so much joy as we hear your goals to watch you complete them. And that's why I love Facebook, because I can see you all do that, even if you're not my division, right? And so congratulations to each and every one of you for an amazing year, even if it wasn't the year you thought it would be, okay? Because I was in that boat, but it was a great year. And we are all starting out new, right? It's a brand new year. And one thing I was kind of watching as I kind of stepped away from seminar, I want to give you a little food for thought as you start this new year, because I want you to think outside the box. I am going to show you my buzz kit. I am going to show you my 24-hour beauty box. I'm going to do those things for you. Don't worry. I'm going to give that to you at the end. But I think we need to take a step back and look at some other things. The biggest thing I want you to think about as you start this new year is not to prejudge. Now, are we looking for sharp women? Are we looking for the women that are going to take the bull by the horns and run this race, take you to national, want more with their business? Yes, we're always looking for them. But I'm going to tell you, some of you are not. You're walking past the diamond in the rough. You're walking past the next national. You're walking past the next spinoff director, car driver. And here is why. Yes, we want everybody. Now, listen, can we save the world? Absolutely not. So please don't think that's what I'm saying with this. You're gonna fine tune your skills on this. But I want to take you back because when I had to share a little bit about my story, another call had asked me to share a little bit about my life, and it went down this rabbit hole. And I don't ever share that because I've worked really hard to not be in the life that I grew up in. Anybody else? Like, worked really hard in your life to change things, right? To change whatever, the pattern, the whatever it was, right? To break the cycle, we say. You hear that all the time, whatever that looks like. But what you need to know is everybody has skeletons. Everybody has a past. Everybody has a million things that we would just call baggage or luggage that come along with us. But what we choose to do with that does not matter our background. It does not matter our appearance at the time. What changes that is our desire and our commitment and our fall through and show up and our grit no matter what. Thank you, Bridget. I know it was nice to see you, give you a hug too. So I'm going to take you back because what you see now is not what I was. So I don't know. I'm not going to get in a lot of, but I'm going to tell you. I'll just tell you this. My biological father is wanted in 8 states. I'll tell you that. When I say we grew up with a particular biker gang, that the original biker gang that most of you will know, but we'll just leave that how it is. That is how I grew up. There were times there was not electricity. There was not air. I mean, you all just went to Texas. You know the heat. Same thing in Kansas, okay? Hot, no AC. Sometimes there weren't working bathrooms. There were things that I went through in my childhood that people think sometimes when they see when you get accomplished and you're wearing diamonds and you're got your gown on, right? The stage version is not the growth that we went through, correct? There's so many things that go when people say, I'm like, girl, poverty was rich to me growing up. There were things done that should never be done to girls, okay? Just gonna say that. And so when you see the polished, finished thing on stage, do you know how that girl got her grit? Did you overlook her? Because I promise you, I was not the cat's meow 24 years ago. You know, I joke with everybody all the time. I say, the more money I make, the cuter I get. I don't care what anybody says. More money you got, the cuter you are. Look at the Real Housewives or whatever it is those shows on. I mean, the more money they make, the cuter they start getting, right? So if you would have seen me 24 years ago, even in that style, that trend, that day, I probably wasn't the one that people would see going across that stage just triple court, earning a trip, on our way to national, doing those things. So I want you to look beyond this when you see people, when you're facialing them. I want you to hear their desires and what they need, because that is where you find your true teammates, your running partners, the people that are going to carry the brick without you telling them to help build the wall. That's what you want your business. Customers, team members. I don't know. It could just be your posse of friends, I always say my angels that are just near me that take care of me no matter what's happening in life. Think about that. So the broken girl can still be on that stage in that throne. The one that had a really bad situation, but you can also have the silver spoon girl that's going to be on that stage beyond. But sometimes what I kept hearing all the time, I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. Over and over and over at seminars. Yes, we want that girl that's going to go, but that girl becomes more in Mary Kay. We get in Mary Kay and then Mary Kay gets into us. Some of us have gotten closer to God. That became part of our life. I'm going to tell you, as I grew up, church was never a go. Okay. Was not in my life till Mary Kay. Not that I didn't know what God was, not that I didn't know of it, right? I didn't know all the things. It wasn't something we were allowed to do. So what I want you to look as you go in this new year is not save the world. I probably didn't look like anything is what I'm telling you, but someone saw something in me. Because one thing I will tell you, there is nothing and nobody on this planet that can beat me, get me down, and I won't get back up. There is nothing and no one that's ever going to kill me or stop me or break me. Those are the spirits you want to look for. And that's probably what they saw. When I thought back, I'm like, man, what did they see 24 years ago? I was a train wreck. Captain of the Hot Mess Express going to the top. And I was like, what could they have possibly seen? You know what they saw? Someone that doesn't quit. You can ask anyone who knows me. I do not care what is thrown at me health-wise from growing up. I mean, girls, I laid in a hospital bed for 10 days due to my dad running me over with a car. Who seriously has that kind of weird stuff happen to them? If you ask my friends that travel with me, it's hysterical. Poor Sue had to travel with me. I am Murphy's Law. The weirdest things in the world will happen to me. I'm like, I'm sorry about it. Just hop in. Something weirder is going to happen in 5 minutes, right? And so I've just learned to accept and embrace that, because I can't make some of this stuff up. And sometimes people will tell me stories. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened to me. You have a friend like that? You're like, and you're like, oh my gosh, I would never forget that scenario in my life if something like that happened to me. Half the time, I don't remember. Someone literally fell on top of me this past year in the airport and died on top of me. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. I mean, there are just some weird things. Okay. So now it's just a joke with me and God, because I really feel like when something happens, I'm like, all right, let's roll with it. Do you have people that are in your customer base that can roll with the punches? I mean, most people would never forget that. I forgot it happened until someone reminded me at seminar. I said, oh, I forgot about that. It's because the weirdness happens. But here's why. I do believe that God gives us probably more than we can handle sometimes. Everyone says he gives what you can handle. No, I think some of us have to take on some things for other people, because every personality works differently, right? My assistant says all the time, she says, Jenny, you need a reality show. I'm going to start writing every time. She goes, I'm going to start writing things down, and we're going to it could create a whole sitcom. But what I want you to hear in that is the train wreck, me, can still go across that stage, right? Everybody is teachable as long as they're open to it. If there's a desire, a compassion, and oh my gosh, Lydia, you have no idea. It's insane. It cracks me up every time. We did a sit down kind of powwow, me and my besties, and we were just laughing about stuff that happened. And I thought, seriously, I mean, my recent Cadillac, can't make this up, an engine on a flatbed farmer's truck in front of me was not strapped down, came off and went into my Cadillac. What? I mean, I'm just like, all right, well, we're going to roll with that now. Here's what you need to hear. You need to be flexible. You have to not let the little things stop you. Girls, I would not get out of bed most days if that was the case. Okay. They are a big deal, but they're not that big a deal. When I was talking and they were like having me open up about different things, he said, Jenny, one of those things probably would have stopped me in my tracks. And I had severe depression. I would never, you know what I say to that? Who cares? I cannot control what is done to me, but I can't control how much energy I give it and how I choose to acknowledge it. So listen to me, we all have stuff. My crazy life growing up, my crazy life now, my health issues to what's going on, it's not any worse than anything any of you are walking through right now. You want to know the difference? That is shifting you personally in a certain way, where things shift me in a different way, right? So that has more value. That's more detrimental to you than I would probably be like, I mean, all right, that was a Tuesday. Let's roll on. But it's detrimental to you because those things don't happen. I have crazy things happen to me. It's hysterical at this point. And so I just invite it. And I'm just like, all right, you're all welcome. So if you ever come besties with me and you travel with me or go do things with me, you are going to be entertained 24/7. Just know that. Okay. Sue can agree. She's like, I can't, Sue. It's just how it is. But I want you to look past that. And I want you to ask yourself, all these things that we claim are obstacles. If I gave you the list of how I grew up and my current health things and the things that are going on, you would say there's no way. There is a way. I'm still going to become a national. Is it on a different time span due to some medical things? Yes. If you ask every surgeon, every doctor on this planet, I should be on oxygen 24/7 in a wheelchair, not able to do anything, or a hospital bed. But I don't choose to believe that. See, our brain is powerful, friends. Powerful. I can be in the middle of that seizure and that stroke, and I will still probably sell satin hands to the nurse, saving my life, because it is just how it is. I am not going to let it stop me. When you decide This is how things are going to be. This is what I decide, and this is what's going to happen. It might take some twists and turns, right? We have to go above and underneath and around all the obstacles. You will make it happen. I will not let anything be an excuse. It could be a hurdle. It can be a setback, but it will never, you will never hear me say, this is my excuse. Now I'll tell you my reason. I have to be a national in 3 years because that's how long they give me with my brain. 3 years. It's not, I don't agree with that. I don't believe it. I should already been dead a million times. I've survived cancer twice. I need a lung transplant. There's so many weird things. I don't believe what they say. Again, the brain is powerful. So don't underestimate you. Don't underestimate anybody in your customer base. Go back, go through them, talk to them differently, see them differently. I am forever grateful for them doing that for me. Because I trust me. I guarantee you, they never thought I would be where I'm at. I take that back. My national always knew where I was going. Do you have someone that believes in you like that? That you're like, seriously, what do you see? Seriously, what are you seeing in me? Some will, because they've been taught. But who do you know that is a Jenny Enloe that you're like, she is a train wreck. I don't know if I want that in my area. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, we're really fun. So you probably do want us. You probably need us, right? I will teach you some things you probably need us in your life to loosen up and relax. So I'm gonna tell you, I know you all have life. I know you all have obstacles. I know you all have things that are detrimental to your future, to your current situation, your emotional, your physical well-being. I understand that. What I'm telling you is stop buying in to what others think or say about you. I don't care if it's the surgeons, the doctors. You get to decide your destiny. Not one other human being gets to decide that for you. And it does not matter. I always say all the time, I might get knocked down. I might have the bloodiest knees. I might be down for a hot minute, but I always get back up. Do you always get back up? Ask yourself that. Can I hear 1,000 no's and still get back up? Can someone tell me I'm crazy for doing this Mary Kay thing and still get back up? Can you have someone scream at you or just be rude or whatever at a party and you still get back up? Can you have the doctor tell you, nope, you got to slow down, but you say, it's going to do a little different. I'm going to get back up. Can you have 8 spinoffs and lose them and still get back up? Can you be on your last month at DIQ in that final order and her not put it in and you not finish and still get back up? See, in my life, one thing my grandmother always told me, success lies in this, being uncomfortable and inconvenienced. It does not matter what your success looks like for you. I make it a challenge every week to be inconvenient and uncomfortable 7 times a week. Can you do it? Are you willing to do it? Because that is the difference. You know, I tell my girls all the time, if you're scared, go to church. If you're tired, go to bed. If you're broke, get to work. Aren't we so lucky that we get to? We don't have to, right? We have amazing things that we can do. We get to do them. But there are lives that are not being changed because you won't get out of your own way because you believe the lies that you tell yourself. Oh, I don't know. I can do that. I'm not ready for that. Blah, blah, blah. Stop it. I'm telling you right now, I give you permission. Stop it. Write them down. Put them light them on fire or something. I don't care. But do whatever you got to do to make peace with that because somebody's life is not being changed because you are too scared to go around the obstacle, to believe just a little bit more in yourself, to say, no, that is not my story. You get to write a new chapter every month, my friends. You're the writer. Nobody else gets to write that novel. You do. So start writing today. Change it. What is my new story? What is my new thing I'm going to tell myself? Who am I going to go find that truly needs me that I've overlooked because I thought, she might not be able to. I mean, if you would have seen me 24 years, I'd have 2 nickels to rub together. There was no way I was the peak person someone would have. I didn't even really use Mary Kay. I used 2 products. I was a heckler at the party because I wanted to be funny and have fun. It was my getaway, right? So who have you looked past? I want you to think about that and start making that list today. And go back, take them to coffee. Say, you know what? After this conversation, I just did one yesterday. After this conversation, I will never bring it up again unless you want me to. But will you at least do me the honor of sharing something with you? Because I really want you to understand Mary Kay and why I think it'd be great for you. And after this, you can say, Jenny, never speak about it again, and I won't. You can buy from me at full price, and I'll buy these great earrings and these wonderful shoes every month off your profit. I have no problem doing that. But will you at least trust me enough for me to share it with you? And be open-minded. They will. And just say, because I value you, and I don't think you understand something. That's what I told Nancy yesterday. I just don't think you understand something. And I hear things from you all the time. Will you do me the honor of just listening? She said, sure. She said, Jenny, I want to take more information. I'm going to review that. I don't know that I will. I said, you don't have to. I'm just asking you to at least look at it. Give yourself the option. Okay. So I want you to hear that, because I saw a lot of things that similar that I was like, no, that's not, I mean, I'm not saying go find the homeless gal with no teeth and you're going to save the world. Okay. But I'm going to tell you that I guarantee you there's a top person here that was homeless with no teeth. And she used her Mary Kay to buy her some teeth. My best friend, Rebecca Allen, shopped at the junkyard. They were that poor. They were 8 of those kids. That's literally where they shop for their stuff. I mean, you never know, right? You never know. And that's all I'm going to tell you is stop prejudging. Stop looking for the fast buck. Go find the right people that are right for this company, that have the grit, the determination, that life can throw anything at them and they're going to keep going. Those are your nationals. Those are your spinoffs. Those are your best red jackets, your senior, whatever their journey is going to be, right? We don't get to determine that, but they get to be the best of the best. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to share my couple ideas real quick. Okay, so my beauty box. So I'm going to show you this. Girls, I've done 10 facials and I haven't sat in front of any of those yet. And sold about $1,000. There's probably way more. I just got to follow up with them today when I got this call. It's called the beauty box. Okay, now I just take my director support box, but you can do a box, you can do a basket, you can do anything in the world you want to do. Okay, 24-hour beauty box. A couple of things you need to know. I'm literally dropping it off to them and I'm picking it up in 24 hours. And all I've said is, friend, listen to me. You guys don't need this script. I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm like, hey, girl, if I dropped a head to toe 24-hour beauty box off to you, would you try all this stuff and give me your opinion? I will drop it off. I will pick it up. She'll say, sure. Right? I value your opinion the most, whatever you want to say. Okay, you do a gift, whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you what I do. But they all say yes. Oh, I had one say she couldn't do it right now because they're traveling. She'll do it when she gets back. And so I'm like, Jen, I use most stuff. I'm like, no, because you can tweak your box, right? If there's people on certain products, you can tweak that box. We always got new stuff, right? I'm dropping it off to her. I do not do samples. Has anyone had where they've mailed out a million samples, handed to somebody a million samples, they're going to try it, they never try it, blah, 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 blah. So the box is nothing new, okay? I've just taken a few different ideas and made it my own, and it is working. I cannot believe, because some of the, who wants to see like 100 faces or 60 faces or more faces, but maybe you're limited on time. So with my health stuff, I had to create multiple different things. And so I took a lot of June and I created ways that if I'm in the hospital bed, no matter what, my business is working. I joke all the time. I could probably be dead for months before anybody would even know. That's how systematic this office is and how things are going to work. My son was taking the beauty boxes to people, dropping them off, picking them up every day while I was at seminar. Because that is another, so I want resources. This is just a couple of them that I'm going to share today. That's it. Okay. There's so many that I've created that I had to think smart and strategic but here's what I love about that. It doesn't matter if someone's sick in your unit, has a death, or, if they have life, whatever their obstacles are, there's lots of things you can do to go around, right? We've figured out Zoom. We could do hybrid. We could do in person. We could do all the things, right? Kelly, that's a really good question. I haven't yet. I haven't done a new lead yet, honestly, but here's what I'm going to tell you is happening. I'm getting people on head to toe products. So if I have someone that maybe only buys an eye patch and a mascara, she's doing this box and I'm getting them more full body. Okay, so here's what I do. I do put profiles in there. So even if you have a profile on them, they're going to fill this out. I do a customer giveaway, a $75 customer giveaway at the end of the month for everybody that fills this out and does the box for me. And it's going to be $75 in what they love. Guess what? It's really easy. They just use the box. They know what they love, right? So they filled this profile. Now, when we had these masks, right? I opened up a whole bunch of those boxes and I just wrote them off. That was the whole purpose why I bought so many of those darn suckers, right? Whoever gets it has my thing on the back of it. Whoever gets the box, this is her gift from me. I told her, this is not what you're trying tonight. This is just your gift to use a different day. Like, oh my God, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so I'm going to show you all the things in here. Now, all this literature about each product, you just go to Product Central. You can Google it. I mean, some of you want different things about each of these products, like it shows them how to use it, the benefits, blah, blah, blah. You do know you can just go to Product Central on each product, print that thing off in here. The thing I do have in here is an order of application. Have you all not gone to products on the left-hand side says order application? It is a beautiful order of application. If you have not, that's what I use in every appointment, in-person appointment too. That's how I get people on more products. That's how they're buying roll-up bags, right? So there's order of application. Then it just has this little thing that says beauty box. And then these are literally just, off the Product Central, right? So I'll say, I don't know, Sue, I'm going to drop this box off at noon. I'll be like, girlfriend, that box, I remind her, I'm going to come tomorrow at 2 and pick it up. This is yours. Fill out this profile card for me. Because girl, if you're going to do this, if you win, I want you to pick the things that you love. Now, I know you're all going to think, what are the magic words? This is literally what I do the next day. I text them. I say, girl, I'm coming to pick up your box. I have somewhere else to take it. Okay. They know that. I'm picking up to take it to somebody else. And I'll say, and some people say, do you leave it longer? I did have a girl I dropped off yesterday. She said, her sister's coming today. And she's my nail lady. She's like, Jenny, can I have, because me and my sisters can all do it together. I'm like, heck yeah, that's 2 new faces, right? So I'm going to fill out the profile card. I'm going to keep it a couple days. And have I had people say, hey, I forgot the box? One girl goes, I forgot to use it, Jen. I picked it up because I take it to the nail lady. But she said, can you bring it back to me on Friday? I really want to do that box. Here's why I do the box. That is the first time in probably 45, 50 women that forgot to use the box. Samples, guess what they do? Set it in with their mail, sits on the counter, I put it in the drawer, they forget about it. It's not easy. This box is annoying. I mean, it has everything in here and it looks enticing because it's all retail product, right? And they're like, they can't just ignore the box. It's in the way. They take it to the bathroom. And you can do a basket, you can do whatever, right? But I just use those boxes because it really works for me. Okay, I have a repair set in there. Okay, all of them say demo. The instructions on how to use them is obviously in the order of application. So that's in there. Someone who's never even tried Mary Kay product can do this box. So I guess my answer to that would be, yeah, a new person could because there's an order of application, head to toe. Why do I use repair? I have a combination of oily, 3D. I do have a normal dry 3D and a repair. Skincare is different, but everything else in the box is the same. Okay, Target Action Toning Lotion. Now listen, this is my favorite product. I would starve or go naked before I ever went without this body lotion. If you're not using it, shame on you. Tighten that skin up, girl. Your body needs to look as good as your face does. Okay, put this on. So I tell them, listen, I put my favorite lotion in there and it's going to take half an inch off your thighs. It's the most amazing thing you ever. Rub that stuff all over. Put it on heavy. Let's soak in. It's fine. All of them buy this and not one forgets to use it. I can tell you that. Okay. I have charcoal mask. I have eye makeup remover and the micellar water. Okay. So I have eye patches. Now, one thing I did put, please only use 1 pair. I wrote on it. It's just Sharpie. It's not anything fancy, it's not a pretty label. Listen, get over it. It's fine. Doesn't have to be all I mean, some of you are like, it needs to be frilly and has frilly. I spend time on that. I got to make money. I got time for that. So I just wrote Sharpie demo. So, girl, we all need that lotion. I don't know. Listen, we change weight. We don't, as we get older, we'll just say we don't want crepey skin. I'm going to tell you, the moisture renewing gel mask, if you put the vitamin C, here's a little trick on that too. If you guys ever get crepey skin, like if you start losing weight or by your knees, listen, I'm starting to look, I was looking at my elbows and knees, I'm getting old lady looking. So I put the vitamin C, squirt it and the lifting serum in with my toning lotion on product tip and rub that in, gone in like a day. I have satin hands in here. I have the vitamin C. I have foundation primer, I have microderm, and I have the eye puffiness reducer. Okay, that's what's in my box. That's it. You could do satin hands and body if you want. You can do whatever anything you want in there. But she's going to do it head to toe. So when I text her the next morning, right, I've already scheduled when I'm getting it, correct? I'll text her, I'll say, girl, thank you so much for doing that box. And I tell them, I said, if you don't want to text me the things that you love. So I say, okay, if I was to leave this box with you, what would you put in your bathroom drawers and what would you throw in the trash? So I ask. And then I tell them, you're welcome just to take a picture of what you love most. A lot of them are just setting up, I love all these. And they tell me why they love them. Before I go, I'll say, all right, girlfriend, I appreciate you so much. So is there anything you want me to bring to you that now you can't live without? Because unfortunately, friend, I got to take my goodies back. What do you want in your drawer? I'll bring it. Because she's already told me what she likes, right? It's like, would you like me to bring you all that when I come today? I can make my delivery right then. And now some people will take the 24-hour beauty box. They'll do a 24-hour or 24% discount. You could do anything you want to do, right? You can do and I just tell them, I do a thing where if you buy $50, you get an item half off for every $50 spent. So if you want your skincare, you get 2 additional items half off as you want. Because that's what I do, the Monica thing, that she does. But you can do whatever you want. Everyone's like, do you do specials? Girls, I change it all the time. I just wing it. And sometimes, that's why I said, just be flexible. Some of you are like, I can't do it. 2 type C personality, man. I got to have the script. I got to have the agenda. I got to have exactly what you're doing each time. That's fine. You can just make it for yourself, girlfriends. It's not a big deal. If you need to do that, just plan it, write it out. And sometimes I know my friends going through a hardship or a hard time. I'm like, girl, you just tell me what you want. I'm going to hook you up. I create my own bundle or discount or whatever. I don't care. They love me for it. None. Have I done not giving any discount? Absolutely. Because normally I just do discounts, my May-ish June sale, and then my, open house or whatever. And I do that Monica's thing. That's really what it gets. But that's what I typically do. You buy $50, you get, okay. So there's that. That's literally it. So when I'm doing another party or I have our facial or where this can be being done, they can do it morning, at night and morning, right? They can do it twice. They don't want to give you your box back. I'm going to tell you that. They're going to be like, girl, I need to try it a few more days. I'll be like, sorry about it. Sorry about it. You get a day. You use as many times you want that day. But I'll say, well, girl, you can. What do you want me to bring you? You can purchase it. You can have it not fall in your bathroom every day. Well, typically current clients are, here's why. It's just, I would say a new person, if we couldn't meet up, I would do it for somebody like that. Maybe her schedule nurse, somebody kind of crazy, as long as, because I'm going and dropping it off and I pick it up. Some I just leave it on the porch. I pick it up on the porch, right? That's fine. Some I don't ever even see. They just text me and we go that way. But it's a way that if you want to see more faces and you're limited, listen, time cannot be an excuse. Illness doesn't get to be my excuse, right? Life obstacles of whatever whirlwind, a tornado in Ginny world, Murphy's Law, not going to be an excuse. Things can happen. So that's one thing that I do, that I figured out that no matter what's happening in my life, that can still happen, right? And here's another fun thing if you haven't thought outside that. So I took it, one of my gals worked in the school district, and so we did it there. And then when I walked up, there's a receptionist, it's like the office, the admin office, for the school district. So I said, Cindy, do you have anybody in here that would want to try it after you? And the receptionist goes, I want to. It's in there because I'm showing her real quick. I said, great. Cindy, when you're done, I met Linda. I said, give it to Linda. my box went around to almost every woman in there. You just ask them, do you think there's anybody in here that would want to try it? I mean, it's head to toe spa. Who doesn't want to try that? And then you just get your box back. I know where it is. It's there. I just go get it. So there's that. Then I do my subscription box. Everyone's been asking me about that. This is the size of box I use for that. Okay. It's just the ones that we can get now. If you got to mail it, I don't mail it like that. What I do is I buy on, I'm not supposed to say that, but like on Amazon or something, I just get like a little canvas beauty bag or something. That's what goes in there is for the mail. Okay. Just because it can lay flat. Okay. So every quarter, there's a $35 box. Oh, wait, 25, 35, and 45. Now, they're paying for that. They can do that every quarter. If they do a year, I give them one of those free. I just add $10. So if it's the 35 times 4 minus the 30, or do 35 times 3 plus $10. Okay. It'll always make it work out good for your math. Now, everyone asks me what I put in my boxes. Please don't ask that. I customize mine. So when I have a customer, I'll say you can buy every quarter. My customers get a reminder. So like us directors got to order the new fall stuff on July 26th. So mine are set with that. So my customer just got their stuff yesterday. They have it before the consultants even get to order it. So there's retail product in there. Sometimes there's bath bombs in there. There's, travel size, deluxe mini, whatever, right? You can create it. And I tell them, now I've started doing a 5th box. I do a holiday one, but they never know that for sure. I just tell them, they're buying for their year, or they'll buy quarterly. And sometimes when they buy a year, they're like, can my first box be glamour? Can my second box be body care? I don't care. Some people will start buying boxes for gifts to give teachers, whatever. Girls, I flip them up. There's candy in there. It's not just Mary Kay. So if they're buying for somebody else, I say shipping for free for that size of order. So they can ship it wherever, because girlfriends, I want the lead, right? I want the new contact. My business card, everything's in that box. So that new person that isn't my customer is getting me. Okay. I've gotten a lot of new clients this way around the world or around the US. So they pick it and I customize it. I know what they use. So I don't have the only time it's usually when After Sun comes out, everyone gets an After Sun. I mean, there's one person doesn't want that, right? But can you make it every $35 box going to look like this? You can, but here's the thing I've chosen, and it does take more time and more effort. And I'm sure at some point I probably won't do that. But right now I do because I love it. It makes me happy. And they feel the love. I put a little love note in there. I put candy. They get excited. And here's the kicker. I tell them when they get their box, I message them, hey girl, your box is in the mail or whatever. I dropped it off. I can't wait for your response. If you tag me on social media and say what you love most, you can pick one item this month at half off. And I try to get in my boxes, just so you know how my strategy works. I look at things she uses and I try to give her things that I know she's always wanted or would compliment to get her on that product, right? I always do something new, a new release. Everybody always gets a new release. But you just want to be smart. So you're getting $35 worth, right? They're paying you $35, right? So retail would be $70. Just don't go there. But you got to think of all the other little things. We have a lot of things in your office. You want to, I don't know, hair clips or whatever you want to give away, or the headbands. You can get, I know we have our Mary Kay ones, right? But when they didn't have those, I just got on Amazon, got fluffy headbands, right? So you can find little things in there too to make it more like a spa package. But I kind of, if it's for somebody else, might tell me about that person. I need to know about that person to be able to customize that a little bit. We all have products like satin lips, there's general products that you can use. I do it every quarter. I last minute throw in the holiday one just as a teaser for them. A lot of people jump in on that. And I do it literally so consultants, you would probably be make and pay by August 5th because you can early order on August 10th because you all should be stars. Well, directors too. Everyone should be a star. So you get to early order because that's how I can ensure I can give them the new stuff and it's not sold out. Right. And so I do a little bit of that. So just think about that a little bit, and you can strategize that how you want. My subscription box, I'm doing it for 3 years. And now I started this beauty box. It's just ways that girls, I could very closely beat a Sapphire Star consultant off my subscription boxes now. So And, you can do it. And I just tell them, it's like an Etsy bag. It's no different than them doing that, right? It's like buying a Costco bulk. So I'm like, this is the way to maximize on getting some product for less money, honestly, right? Because they're paying for that. So just, if you're doing a whole bunch of fluff, just keep, and if you got to ship, those kind of things, keep that. And they are, Tammy, they are. Some are deluxe minis, some are full. There's always at least one full-size product. Others might be like, when we had the masking minis or the little hand cream lotions, things like that. There might be some of those kind of smaller looking things. And other things I put in there too. But yeah. And then I'm going to stop. I'm giving you a lot today, and it's way past my time. So anybody can unmute and ask me any question that you have. Because I'm sure you do. I always think I explain it well, but. Everybody good?
So Jen, this is Bridget. So basically you're working just obviously with local people. So this is a way to build up your local clients. For the 24-hour beauty box, yes. If it's something I'm doing in the mail, it just goes right back to the old-fashioned samples Hydra session, and I've created a video. Just so you know, I took one day and made a whole bunch of videos of me. Because here's the other thing you girls got to hear. There's a million videos out there on how to do stuff, right? They don't want to see Susie Q. They want to see you. So if I give someone a Hydra session and we can't meet, I literally give them the video of me telling them it's generic, so no matter who has it. You know what I mean? I've taken the time to do that. Smart.
And even if I had a girl do a class, and girls, I was in the hospital, there was no way I was able to do that class. Guess what I did to the hostess? Sent her the video. They did it along with my video. The class still happened.
Are these all on YouTube? Is that what you do? You put it on YouTube so you can easily send them a link?
I send them. So I'll record them, and then on here, usually on Zoom, and then she puts it on YouTube, and then I just have, my recordings, and it's for each thing, like the 5 and 15. I do one, it's kind of like for launches or whatever. And it's just, so if a consultant, a new person has a handful of people and she's trying to get qualified or whatever, and it's literally just our staple products, and anybody can use it in my unit because it's me just inviting them to support their consultant. I don't say names or anything like that. So let me read this. Dee Dee, is it 45 in your cost or half of that? So they're giving me $45. So Dee Dee, you can do that however in the world you feel comfortable doing that. My love language is gifts. I love to give people things. I overgive prizes. I overgive all kinds of things in every aspect of my life. So I'm probably way more generous than most people are, but that's okay. I don't care. I just believe it's going to come back at some point. So you get to decide that financially, what's best for you. Oh, Deborah, so when it comes back to me, I take the Clorox wipes and I wipe everything down. I just wipe it all down, and I refill anything it needs, like I check it, make sure everything's so good, and I send it right back out. But I can't believe how many are sharing with their neighbors, and I said, whoever fills out these profiles gets to go in. So I'm getting new business that way. It's also another resource for that. I wasn't doing it for that. I did it just to get people on head to toe products. Because sometimes they won't go to your guest event, or they don't watch your Facebook thing, whatever.
Jen, this is Linda. Amazing. This reminds me of what I did years ago, the bathroom model, your 24-hour beauty box. Brilliant. But when you said I think it's the subscription, let me know the one, tag me, let me know on social media, and let me know the one item that you absolutely love. And what was your special?
I did half off. They get
half off. Okay. I thought it was half off, but I was writing so quickly that my ears didn't catch my breath.
One time I did, Linda, where they could all get a biocellulose mask. I didn't give them the box. I gave them one of the masks, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's all kinds of fun things you can do.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sweetie.
Yes. Any other questions, friends?
Well, Jen, I'm overwhelmed. There's so much stuff. I don't know what to ask, but I want to say thank you so much. Your whole intro on grit. It's it's so inspirational. I wish more people had that kind of drive and determination. I do want to say a thank you to the speaker from last week, because she recommended the book 7 Decisions, and I got it immediately, and I am absolutely loving it. So it's by Andy Andrews. So thank you for this. And it was so wonderful to be able to hug you at seminar.
No, me and Sandy kept running into each other over and over and over. And I was like, I love that. It makes me so happy. And thank you all for all of you that came up to me. Because I'm going to be honest, there was a little part of me that's like, it's probably died down. I probably don't need to do that lunch and learn anymore. And then everybody kept coming and finding me, or they screamed Jenny Enloe, and Rick was like, it's like you're famous. I'm like, and just saying how much they got from different speakers and different things, and that this is such an important hub. So we'll keep it. We'll keep doing it. I think it's just now even more catching on. And so they want to be part of it. So I'm like, absolutely. So we'll keep it going. But yes, thank you for that. And thank you all for joining and making this so successful. I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing beginning of August and starting out the gate. And it's the sky's the limit, my friends. Just go. Don't think. Just do. We don't got to think about it. Mary Kay already thought for us. She planned everything out. This company's done everything for us. Stop overthinking it. Some of you are like, shut up, I'm an overthinker. Just do. Don't overthink. Yes, bye, ladies. Have an amazing day. And don't worry, I'll get the recording out ASAP.